Hello everybody, welcome once again to another interesting video from CareerRide. In today's video, let's see some questions that are usually asked to the IT freshers in their HR interview. With each question, we'll see an approach to answer it correctly, some important tips to deal with it, some tricks to make the best out of each question, and of course, the sample answers. Now see, the answers that you learn here will not help you deal with just these questions, but they'll also develop your approach to face any absolutely new questions that you might face. So, all set? Fantastic. Let's start. Question number 1. Tell us something about yourself. Now see, this is one question that is asked at every single interview. It is both your biggest opportunity and your biggest threat also. Opportunity because with this one question, you can set the flow for the entire interview the way you want. How can you do that? You can do that by anticipating the follow-up questions based on your own answers. And why is it a threat? It is a threat because if you can't answer this one question, which you knew will definitely be asked, as an interviewer, I would definitely get alert. So, what are the type of things that you can include in your answer here? Number 1, your academic achievements. But mind you, talk about your marks only if they are really good. Otherwise, avoid getting their focus on your marks. Number 2, your attitude, hobbies. Number 3, your project. And number 4, any extracurricular activities that you do. Now, here's one simple formula to answer it effectively. I call it RSFS. Let's see what are these terms. R here stands for relevance. Tell only what's important for this role. Interviewers are not interested in knowing your life history, so keep it relevant. S stands for short, so keep your answers short. Something that can be delivered in no more than 90 seconds. I would prefer to say 60 seconds, but 90 seconds is still fine. And FS lastly means full stop. Put the full stop at the right place to provoke the next desired question. Okay, and you have to do this while answering each and every single question. This approach will be useful. Now, a sample answer to this question can be something like, I'm a BE Computer Science, final year student at XYZ College. I enjoy writing neat and efficient code to solve the real world problems. During my first internship, I worked on a project where I was required to make an existing small website mobile friendly. And in the second one, I created a mobile app for a new e-commerce company that specialized in selling vegan bakery items. To keep myself abreast with the trends, I keep participating in various coding competitions and hackathons. Apart from all this, I've become a big fitness enthusiast after coming to the college, which has almost doubled my energy levels and helps me to work easily for 15 to 16 hours a day without getting tired. This type of an introduction helps you steer the interview because see, now you have given sufficient input to the interviewer to frame his next question. And the question can be something like, tell us more about your first internship project. Tell us more about the mobile app you created. Which technologies have you learned recently? What does your daily routine look like? The power of putting the full stops at the right places is tremendous here. You create the interest, but don't give out the complete details immediately. Hide some kind of an approach. But you also have to notice that this type of an introduction is possible when you prepare for it in advance. It won't come out automatically on the spot. Fantastic. Let's move on to question number 2 now. Why do you want a career in IT? Now, for a moment, think about yourself trying to answer this question without giving it any thought prior to the interview. What would your answer be? For a good job? For a good salary? Because that's what all my friends are doing? While all of them may be true, are these the right things to say at an interview? No. So, what can you do to make them right? Talk about the things and present them in the right context. Here's a sample answer for you. I have always enjoyed working on computers since my school time. Moreover, IT is a field that has a huge growth potential because of the continuous advancements and technological evolutions. Every other business sector needs to use computers properly to progress in their own domains. This means that the professionals working in this field will always have something new to work on, giving them tremendous growth opportunities, which is why I find this career interesting. Okay, now moving on to question number 3. Tell us about your greatest achievement. Now see, there are two big mistakes that students usually commit when they face this question all of a sudden. The first one is they think I have no achievements to talk about. In fact, not just the students, I have seen many experienced candidates also who find answering this question very awkward because they think they don't have any achievements worth talking about. But trust me, that's not true. All of us have something in life that we are proud of. You can talk about that. Number 2, you go back so back in time that it feels as if there's nothing that you have achieved since then. You may not believe, but some students even go back to their primary or secondary school. So, what's the right way to answer this question? Number 1, try to give the recent examples. And number 2, prefer examples from the academic life like projects, extracurricular activities, winning competitions, etc. But if they are not exciting enough in your case, you can always give examples when you displayed some human virtues. They tell us about your human side, which is really, really important for any employer. For example, you can say something like, while coming to the college one day, I found a gentleman dressed in his cricket uniform standing on the side of the road, waving his hand, asking for help. Upon inquiring, he told me that he had a very important selection match to play, but his bike had broken down on the way, and even the auto rickshaws were not willing to go to that side. If he didn't reach on time, he might miss the big opportunity. I could relate his situation to our final exams at college, where it is so important to reach on time, else you waste a year. I immediately asked him to sit on my bike and I dropped him to his destination. In the evening, he sent me a thank you note accompanied by his scorecard, where he had performed really well. Though there's no big personal gain that I can show you here, I was really happy to be of some use to someone who needed me. Question number 4. Have you ever dealt with a very tight deadline in your life? How did you go about it? Now see, this is a situation that almost all the students face and deal with at some or the other point of time in their life. You must have dealt with them too. And many colleges purposely put you on such projects that need you to chase these tight deadlines because they want to train you in doing this. First of all, let us see what are these basic skills that are required to deal with such a situation. And if you go unprepared, all these things won't even occur to you on the spot. That is why the preparation is important. Anyway, the things are number 1, time management skills. Then organization skills, adaptability and resilience, high level of focus, strong problem solving skills, attention to detail and effective communication skills. Now think of a situation where you dealt with one such situation and tell them how you showcase these skills. Basically, it is your learnings from this event that you have to focus on. If I were to answer this question, I would say something like, during my MBA second year, our professor gave us a project of making 4 presentations in a week. For all the 4 projects, he gave us the subject in the morning and asked us to present the topic next morning along with a proper project report. We were divided into teams of 5. We realized that these topics and these projects are a test of our time management and organization skills. But as the things progressed, we realized that many other skills were required to finish this project successfully. Every time a topic was given to us, we would sit and discuss it. We distributed the task among ourselves. Once the research was complete, 2 of us would start typing the project report, while the other 2 worked on the creative part. One person would start developing the model. We realized that there was a very little scope for committing any mistakes here, and that demanded a very high level of focus from all of us. And along with that, good communication skills also, so that there are no misunderstandings and all of us are on the same page. Sometimes we could not even find the type of material we wanted to use in our model or our creatives. This needed us to immediately think of something else and quickly adapt it as a new solution. So adaptability and resilience played a very big role here. We learned how to manage our time and be present for the actual presentation next morning. So this project taught us the importance of trusting each other and working collectively as a team. By the end of the fourth presentation, we had learned a lot about how to deal with our own minds, break down the task, and actually finish them. Fantastic. Let's move on to question number 5 now. What are your strengths? Now see, before I tell you how to answer this question, there are two very important things to understand here. The first one is you have to talk only about those things that are relevant to the role. And number two, as a fresher, no one expects you to be a transformation ninja. So there's no need to have that pressure of the desire to know everything. None of us knows everything. You won't know everything too, because we are all human beings. Now, to answer this question, I always propose a 4-step exercise rather than giving a sample answer, because everybody's strengths here are going to be different. And the most important thing here is to first of all find them out. So here's the 4-step approach that will help you. Okay, so as step number 1, read the job description very carefully, because you only want to talk about the strengths that are relevant to the role. Find out about the technical, soft skills required for the role. Make a list. As step number 2, make a list of all your strengths also. Step number 3, match both these lists. And the fourth thing that you get here is the outcome. Because when you match these two lists, the things that match are actually the strengths for this role that you have to talk about during the interview. But mind you, when you mention these strengths to the interviewer, always make sure that you have some examples from your real life where you demonstrated them. Now, this preparation will also come useful to you if they asked you, tell us something that's not mentioned in your CV. So you see, because your answer to this question, it is actually based on these real life examples that you have prepared that you can talk about during the interview. Question number 6. What are your weaknesses? Now see, this is again a very, very important question, because a lot of freshers here believe that they should not have any weaknesses. And even if they have any, they need to hide them from the interviewer. So the first and the most important thing here is setting this belief system right. The first thing to understand here is, if you had no weaknesses, you were just perfect, you would not be a human being, would you? So let us finish this confusion today forever. It is perfectly okay to have weaknesses. Number 2, there's no need to hide your weaknesses from the interviewers, because this is your opportunity to showcase your self-awareness and the initiatives you are taking for self-improvement. Moreover, it is very important to be honest in your life, be it personal or professional. Just that don't offer any weakness that would prove fatal to your selection. Now, coming to how to answer this question. For example, a lot of people face problems with being on the stage. If you are one of them too, you can say something like, standing on the stage and presenting myself in front of a crowd has always scared me. I used to avoid this for a very long time, but I have recognized the importance of public speaking if I have to progress in my career. Recently, I've joined a public speaking club and I've started to feel better already. You see, that's genuine, relevant to the role, but not fatal definitely. In fact, many interviewers might feel, yeah, I understand. I battled with it too for a very long time. Question number 7. Why should we hire you and not your batchmates? Now see, when you're a fresher, all the students from a batch pass out with the same degree, same subjects, just some marks here or there. So it is important to build your profile since the beginning, keeping this in mind. The first thing that you have to do is do good projects. And when you say I did, mean it. Don't copy your projects. Get your hands dirty. They give you the leverage. Number 2, do small certificate courses. And number 3, work on your soft skills. All these are the things that will make you stand out. Offer all of these things as your reasons, but just be a little careful. While it is a good idea to tell good things about yourself, don't demean your batchmates. Just say, I possess these extra qualities and I believe I possess the required qualities to be a good fit for this position. And that is why I think you should hire me over others. Okay, now coming to the eighth one. Why do you want to work for us? See, hiring and training an employee is an effort and time demanding job. Every employer wants to hire serious candidates who would stay with him for some time. So convince the interviewer that they are not a stopgap arrangement for you. Your reason for wanting to work for them is not just to pay the EMIs of your education loan. Tell them how working for them will help you learn and grow in your professional life. So you can say something like, I went through your job description and the website also, and I see that yours is a reputed company and the position which you are hiring for will help me become a better coder. And I can think of a long-term career here. That is the reason I think I want to work for you. Okay, and now coming to the one you had been waiting for. What are your salary expectations? Well, most of the big companies have a standard package to offer, depending upon the level at which they hire you. So, if it is a really big company, this question might not be asked altogether. But if they do ask, just say, I'm aware that your company offers standard package, depending upon the level, which I'm sure is fair. So, I'm good with industry standards. If it is not a big company with standard packages, try not to be the first one to spell out the figure. They might be wanting to pay you more, or you might come across as out of budget. So just say, I would like to be paid fairly according to my skills and industry standards. And I'm sure the company would do that. Deliver the answer with a smile. If required, practice delivering this well in advance. Let them make an offer. Still, it is always a good idea to have a figure on mind, just in case they insist. But don't spell out this figure. Give a range rather. For example, if you are looking for something around 36,000, it's better to say, I expect something in later 30s or, for example, early 40s. Keeping the range smaller, the way I did, gives you a better chance of getting a better salary. If your range is too large, you might be paid towards the lower end. Okay, and now coming to the final question of this video. Do you have any questions for us? See, this question is actually an opportunity for you to get any of your doubts cleared. So feel free to ask things like, what does a peculiar work day or week look like at your office? How does the reporting system work if it is a virtual or hybrid work position? If they have been in news recently, you can discuss that also. But most definitely, this is not the right time to ask about the compensation, benefits, perks, leave policy, or any other such thing. So friends, with this, I sincerely hope that whatever we have learned in today's video is going to help you tremendously in cracking your next HR interview. If you appeared for an interview recently and there were any additional questions, do share them with us in the comments box below. They'll help all of us. And if you found today's video useful, do give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends also. To stay updated with more such videos that can get you placed or get you hired, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. I'll see you very soon with a new video. Till then, bye-bye and take care.